Right, so it's now Friday night. Haven't touched the Moth all week. Want to sail on Sunday. Forecast looks ridiculously good. We've got another Moth here that just came from Sydney to join our local fleet. So we're going to rig that up, do a bit of an unboxing, see what he's got. It's pretty much the same vintage as mine, which is really cool. Do a bit of work on mine and also get the $100 Moth ready to go to Sydney tomorrow. So lots going on. It's going to be super cool to see what the other boat's like. So yeah, let's get into it. So this boat is a Mach 2.4, about 50 boats older than mine. The cam just picked up off Facebook Marketplace. It was advertised for just $7,500. So where is the strop that the vang connects to? So see, that would have a piece of dynamo going through it. Okay, Soren. So that goes there. When I say there, it goes about here.
Yeah.
And there's a piece of dynamo that goes in around through that gap, which is not there.
Oh.
But I think on these boats it's like a path. So I'll get a splicing needle that's bent.
Yeah.
And we'll make one.
Whilst we're just splicing in that vang strop behind that mast stump, a massive thanks to everyone that subscribed to the channel. Remember, it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe, but it does make such a difference on how many people find these videos and how quickly we can grow sailing. There are still about 15,500 of you that keep coming back to watch the videos that haven't hit subscribe, but if you could please hit that button, it would mean the world to me. So you might have noticed that we've got a new sponsor logo at the start of the videos. So Ron Stan has come on board as an official sponsor of the channel. So obviously I've worked there sort of for the last 10 years as my regular day job. But for the marketing team to use their sort of sponsorship budget to back my little channel that I've been doing at night for a couple of years now is just so good. Obviously buying boats off Facebook Marketplace and trying to make them as good as they possibly can be is not that cheap. And if I can get access to some really good gear, that'll make it so much easier for me to keep pumping out these videos and doing some really cool stuff. So a massive thanks to Ron Stan for getting behind the channel. I really do appreciate it. So there are actually a whole bunch of little things I've kind of picked up over the last few years playing with 6 different Moths, and I needed to pass some of those lessons on to Cam. You got to make sure the adjuster's in the middle, and then see how it's angled one way. So there's 2 things you got to check. These 2 slots aren't lined up. See how the bottom one ends there?
Oh, yeah.
And the top one ends there?
Yeah.
So the top one is the further forward one.
Yeah.
So that's top, and then that's got to be corresponding the same angle.
Yep.
So you need that right back. So this is also the top.
Yeah.
So as long as you have all the yellows lined up, then you're sweet.
You're sweet. Okay.
But if you get that wrong,
you're in all sorts of hell.
So yeah, you want to get both halves of your mast and your insulation tape, and then use the tape so that the 2 halves of the mast stay in the correct orientation.
So eventually we did get the boat rigged. There was a lot of fiddling around, stealing bits off my spare parts and getting the red moth and the trailer and stuff, but finally we were done. Alright, we just finished, 1:45 now. Boat's back on the trailer. This one's just going to sit here so the glue can cure overnight in that hole, but really productive night. Got so much done, got that new boat sorted out. Just a lot of little rope jobs to do and stuff on that, so it was a big night and we wanted to make it easy for him. Get labels on the tramps and stuff saying what does what, so I'm really glad we put the time in. I'm sure it'll make it so much easier tomorrow for him to just learn how to sail the thing. He's never foiled before, so yeah, we've got to make it easy. Anyway, better go to bed and get back into it tomorrow. It was then time to head down to Sandringham. So we had a whole bunch of old Moths. Like I said in the last video, our little fleet's just going from strength to strength. So I was there. That boat there is my old $3,600 Moth from a previous video series. And then this one is the Goddard that Alex bought that we featured in the last episode. So it's a very unique design, but it actually shares a similar deck to the Gilmore in the other video. I think they came from the same mould. He's running a really nice Masita foil, so he's going to have pace once he gets this thing sorted. Of course, Cam was also there with the Mach 2.4 that we rigged up a little bit earlier in the video. So it's going to be really interesting to see how he went. And the boat was looking great. I must say, I really like the white. You can also see he's running the standard Mach 2 bowsprit, and he's got the Swift small foil from Damick Design. That's going to be way faster than my Mach 2.3 high lift. Rod was also there with his Blade Rider RX that's running a Bugs Cam bowsprit, and stock Blade Rider foils, but it was really good to see him out there as well. So we had 5 Moths, and Jim French, a Moth legend, was also there with this skeeter.
Here we go at Sandringham. It's only meant to be kind of 14-15 knots, but really cold air. First day of winter today, and it's already kind of 20 to 22 out there, so that'll sort out the new guys. Don't think we're going to race, we're just going to go out there and try and survive. We'll see how quick we're going to go. Boat seems to be all set up right. We've got the 800 grit on the main foil, so that might make it a bit easier. See, let's get out there.
First we had to get our bunch of new Moth sailors off the beach cleanly, so we all sort of pitched in and carried each other's boats down, and yeah, everyone did a good job to get out cleanly.
Mooring. Watch the mooring. Let the main out. Here he goes.
Hey, not bad for a bit, no.
Yeah. That's really good.
Windsurfer start.
Yeah, water starter, go. Good. Pull down hard. Pull, 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 pull. Yes, nice. Okay, now you're just going to reach in to where the main sheet is and grab all of the main sheet in one big bundle. Yep. Pull yourself on.
Next up, it was Rod's turn on the Blade Rider. He comes from a J24 background, hasn't done much skiff or dinghy sailing at all, but yeah, even he was able to get on pretty easily. So as you can see, it's not impossible.
There he goes. Oh, he broke his sail.
So if people thought the last video was one of the best moth sailing videos ever made, this one definitely isn't. So basically the camera that goes under the wings that I used to get the shots of the foils, that bracket actually broke last week and I didn't realise until I went to go sailing this time. Then the SD card in the camera on the boom sort of just died, so it's amazing how quickly you can go from having a drone and 3 cameras to a drone at the bottom of a lake and 1 camera, and you're back to making like vintage sort of headcam footage videos. So hopefully it's still okay and I got the message across, but yeah, a bit disappointing that I didn't have all the different camera angles. So as I go out here, you can see I'm kind of really struggling with the boat. It's just really unhappy. It feels like it's kind of got the brakes on and on ice skates. You can see the massive stream of bubbles under the water there. So that's ventilation coming off the main foil. So as the water gets colder, the foils sort of tend to have issues. So the water temperature's plummeted off a cliff in the bay recently, And it's not really, I don't think, a completely understood thing. Like, some surfers say that it affects the Reynolds number of your fin, but yeah, I haven't been able to find a concrete solution to it. I did rough up the foil to 800 grit from 1200, but that seems to have almost made it worse. So I think now I'm going to repaint the foil and go like super smooth and polished and see if that works. Yeah, I've got to sort it out because it's just super annoying.
Still a crazy ventilation. Oh, that's windy. Another gust, 2, 1. Wow, not down there. Better away so much more if I can get some flat water. Okay. Another gust, 2, 1. Now, not down those waves. There we go. Oh my god, that's big. Whoa! Big wave, come on! Okay. Another one. Survived that, yep. Whoa. Another gust inside me. Settle it down. Keep it cranked over on top of me. Just don't die. This is better. Another bullet. Till I hit the camera. Ah, this is gonna suck. Whoa! That was windy.
So as you can see, even if you have a really cool boat with a YouTube channel, you can still have a relatively sort of bad day on the water. I never really felt comfortable in the boat this day. It was just so kind of windy and cold and choppy and sort of just confronting. Like, it was right at the upper edge of kind of where I feel comfortable. And even at my size, I was still getting blown over sometimes. Then while I was trying to right my boat again, a subscriber sailed past.
Hey! Come stop me!
So I've since learnt that Harry is one of Australia's top young wasp sailors, and he was out there training with Mach on one of the Sail GP wasps, I believe, getting ready for the upcoming Worlds. Obviously he's fit enough to sail in proper breeze.
Waves. Wow!
coming, but around up. Very solid breeze. Cold, lumpy. That's breezy. Whoa. Probably 22 there. And it's a cold 22. So with this wave direction, it's harder to go downwind on port. With the, like going down the wave. Wow. So, Rod's over there, Albert's getting towed in right in front of me, Cam's back, and Alex is back that he'd put the mast through his sail. Don't know what Albert did.
So a massive thanks to everyone on Patreon that continues to support the channel financially. I did just spend every single cent of the Patreon money on gear for the upcoming Ultimate Cruising Dinghy build that I'm finishing off in the background. So yeah, it's not going to be just Moths forever. There's a lot of other stuff in the pipeline. And yeah, eventually I did make it back to shore with the boat in one piece, I think.
Yeah, I had a massive crash coming in.
Yeah.
I've got to have like a little bit of stride into the side. Oh, my legs are absolutely.
You got some poop.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You are a big human. Yeah.
So then all we had to do was swim out and collect Rod and his broken Blade Rider from the moorings. His outhaul had broke and that's where the rescue boat had dropped him off. But still, it was a really good effort from all the new guys to get out there in such cold conditions and try and learn how to sail a Moth. You could probably do this with any boat. It doesn't have to be specifically a Moth, just whatever you have on Facebook in your local area. But until then, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.